Greetings. If you like these daily crypto analysis videos, hit the like and subscribe button. I'm Crypto Snake, and today I'd like to discuss some Bitcoin analysis. Today we'll cover a bit of news and overall technical analysis of Bitcoin, and where it might be headed in the coming days and weeks. So, I'm going to start the stream off with some bullish sentiment. Although, after such a big drop, it might look bleak right now. I do want to give you kind of a overarching bullish long term for Bitcoin, that just to show that Bitcoin is not dead. And today we're gonna start out with the parabolic SAR here. Now since the peak, we had been downtrending up until this last pump. We've basically gone almost straight down. The parabolic SAR on the weekly has actually been uptrending, which is good news. And I do believe this should turn into some nice bullish movement for the long term. Also, on the weekly RSI, we do have a support area around 5,500 or so, marked here on the RSI at 41 for Coinbase. So we could, I don't see Bitcoin going much further than 5,500. That's my bullish sentiment. Now, as for the current movement today and why we're seeing this pump, this is a normal reaction when we break a cloud to come back up here and have almost engulfing candle. I'm really not surprised by the movement because we were so oversold here that we're having a little bit of a correction. Now, does that mean I think Bitcoin is going to start mooning straight back up? No, not at all. In fact, I actually believe this might be a bull trap here. I would expect Bitcoin to pull back to around the 6,400 area, give or take, at the bottom of the cloud here. As soon as it hits probably the first, maybe even second support area or resistance area on the RSI at 36 or 41, which would place us anywhere between 6,650 or all the way up here at 6,789. It's not normal for it to break back into the cloud like this, so I'll be keeping an eye on that. And so a couple things I wanted to cover today. As for the trend line, the trend support actually does, if we can hold at the 6,250, give or take, support area, we should be able to trend sideways for a little bit, and that will almost guarantee that the absolute lowest we can get to here is 5,500, but who knows what might happen. As for the Bitcoin dominance, we have actually gone up just slightly from 48.7 to 48.9 today. Very slight movement, which is why I do not trust this little pump here, and I don't think you should buy long into it. Market cap has risen very slightly, not to any notable amount. The altcoin market is still down for the week, but we are seeing some 24-hour resurgence on a couple of the coins. Now, if you bought into those dips, good, you probably made some good profit off of that. I personally would be setting stop losses to secure those profits, because I do see this potentially short-term rebounding back down below and continuing onward. Another thing I want to point out to you guys is the consensus event, which could be happening about a week before the ETF announcement. Now, this combined with the ETF announcement, this could produce a very lucrative Bitcoin pump in the next month or so. But keep in mind, they've been saying this about consensus for a while now. That consensus, it brings on this giant boom and all these coins just explode. Last consensus event, we didn't see that. I mean, given we were in a downtrend, so that's certainly a possibility. But just don't get onto the hype train of consensus. Remember, buy the hype, sell the news. Before I point out my tentative targets and my bearish view on Bitcoin, if you would like to join our free Telegram for insights on the market, including Bitcoin and a sneak peek to my personal entries and exits, join me at t.me/cryptosnakepit, and links are in the description below. Also, in our VIP group, we've been making some savage gains throughout this bear trend, pulling 10% profits on my ADA call and 20% on WON. If you want information on how to get into the VIP group, the information is also in the description below. Now onto my bearish analysis. So over the past 24 hours or so, there's just been bearish news after bearish news. Crypto market just hit a low for 2018. This article basically just covers how we've hit the low point. $30 billion lost, 4 stats that show a crypto market in decline. And this is some actual bullish news. Bitcoin price looks to defend 6K as sell-off slows. So I did cover these figures in the previous stream yesterday about Bitcoin losing all this money and how it was looking extremely bearish. As I said, I do believe this is just a massive sell-off followed by a quick recovery, but I do not think that recovery is long-term. I think this is just a reactionary rally to the bear market here, and I honestly think this article is a little bit misguided. I don't think it will pump anywhere from this. I do believe we will plateau around the 6,200 area. And as for the SAR, we are still in a very bearish form on the SAR. And actually, if we go into the Ichimoku cloud system here, you can see here we have a TK crossover, which is very bearish. And there is such a disconnect here between the Tenkan-sen and the Kijun-sen. I could normally what happens is the price will attempt to rebound up to the Kijun-sen line, but because a lot of this was because of the ETF announcement, I don't think a lot of the TA really applies right now. So I could see a reactionary rally getting up to at most 6,900, but more likely it would get rejected off this resistance line right here, and the Kijun-sen would continue downsloping with it to confirm rejection. The Chikou span has been moving into almost bearish territory here. As I said, this is a normal bounce back to this line before being rejected down, which coincides with the bounce off here at the bottom of the RSI. I think we'll bounce off the top of this or bounce back down off the top of this line here at 41, moving down and striking through the RSI, bringing this Chikou span down. And if that does happen, if the Chikou span does break into bearish territory here, we could be looking for very bleak, possibly down to 5,500, which is my tentative target, before continuing a possible trend. As you can see here, I drew these trend lines. Before continuing a possible trend for the rest of the year, going up here with some occasional pumps. I think next month will definitely be a decent pump opportunity, but I don't think we're going to be moving for 20K from there. I think we'll trend sideways for a little while. If we end up breaking through this 5,500 area, we won't be seeing any heavy support until 5,000 or below, even possibly down to 3,500. I don't think that's likely, as this dip here has pretty much slowed. As you can see, these pumps and these dumps are getting kind of lower, and it's almost plateauing. So I don't think we'll see Bitcoin absolutely die off, but it's certainly a possibility if the bears are in control. So we'll have to see how that goes. If you'd like to see more Bitcoin technical analysis, please like and subscribe to help the channel grow. That's pretty much it for my technical analysis today, and I'm gonna get going here. So this is Crypto Snake signing off.